I put together a list of what I think are the 6 most important shortcuts for you to know for DK Pass on Mario Kart World. Follow along as I show you step by step how to complete each shortcut, starting with the easiest and ending with the hardest. Let me know in the comments if you're able to do all these shortcuts. First up is a very easy mushroom shortcut that takes place on the final turn. Just use your mushroom to cut across the snow and you'll take off a big chunk of the track. However, to make the most of this shortcut, you want to take the turn very tight and try to boop off the wall, which will allow you to exit the turn perfectly. Doing that instead of driving through the middle will save you about a half second. Number 1 on the top doesn't boop at all, number 2 boops too late, and number 3 gets it just right. If you have a mushroom, you should be using it on this. For the next shortcut, after the S-curve, line yourself up to go off the track here and aim for the sign. Do a trick off the track and a trick off the sign and land on the other side of the gap, completely skipping the right-hand turn. This one's good online because it's easy and it's safe because other players usually go for the other shortcut. For the third shortcut, trick off the track here and try to land in a Wallride here. Trick to get out of the Wallride and you'll land back up on the track, saving yourself a decent amount of time. If this happens, it's because you were too high on the wall when you tricked out. And if this happens, it's because you were too low. If it helps, there's a horizontal line on the cliff that you can try to aim for. Next is a rail grind followed by a tree hop, finishing up with a sneaky little cut through the snow without an item. To take this shortcut, trick at the end of the rail and immediately hold left and do a trick or two to the left and aim for the tree. You should bounce off of the tree, which gives you enough boost to make it through the snow without slowing you down. Then hop off of the berm into a right drift and build up a mini turbo to get yourself going again. You could also use the side of the rail like a ramp in the event that there's too many people around or you line up wrong, but it's a little bit more precise, so I would only save this for emergencies. If you trick off the rail too early, you'll either miss the trees entirely or you'll hit the wrong one, which is going to make Lakitu angry because that area is out of bounds. The next shortcut is the one that I mentioned before that most people go for. It's a charge jump into a Wallride and then you cut across the snow here, which allows you to eliminate that big sweeping left-hand turn, which saves you a ton of time. To take this shortcut, start a left drift and build up a mini turbo just before the sign in the S-curve. Release the drift here and immediately begin charging a jump. When you get to the wall, release the jump and do a trick to the left and ride up as far on the wall as you can and trick off, and hopefully you'll land between the signs and the trees. Also, make sure you have a slight angle after your charge jump because if you're too straight on, you're just going to bounce off the wall and that's going to be devastating for your race. If you're too high on the wall when you trick off, you can overshoot the landing and accidentally hit the tree, which is going to send you flying off the track. On the flip side, if you're too low, you might not even make it over the lip, or you could end up grinding on the rail, which is actually salvageable, but not best case scenario. The final shortcut starts at this ramp. It's perfect for if you don't need an item off the ramp, or if you're front running or doing time trials. To do this shortcut, release your turbo and aim for the rail of the ramp. Left trick off the ramp and hold left to end in a Wallride on the cliff. After you pass this mark here, right trick off the wall and aim for the tree. It's going to be tough because you can't see, but trick off the tree stump and hold left, trick off the next tree and the tree after that, and that should send you back out onto the track. It seems intimidating at first, but after you practice, you'll see that it's a lot easier to do than you think. If you stay on the wall for too long before tricking off, not only are you giving yourself more airtime, which slows you down, but you could also clip that ledge, which will send you around the tree and you're going to miss entirely. If you don't stay on the wall long enough, you're probably not going to make it to the first tree, and if you do, you're not going to have enough speed to make it to the second one, and you're going to be stuck in the snow. That's it. Those are the shortcuts I use online, and now you can too. I tried to keep this as short as possible while also being detailed. If you learned something from this video or you just enjoyed it, make sure you like it, leave me a comment, and don't forget to subscribe.